Tonight, General Motors announced it will stop making 6 different models, close a number of factories, and lay off thousands of people.
So what does this mean for you, the consumer, whether you're shopping for a car or you just bought a new one that's no longer being made?
Team 12's William Pitts is verifying the 3 biggest questions from GM's announcement.
So a lot of people have a lot of questions about what happens to these GM cars that are being discontinued. For instance, what if you just bought a Chevy Volt? There's no problem in the short term, but what happens when something breaks? If they've discontinued the car, have they also stopped making the parts for it? Courtesy Chevrolet's general manager Scott Gruel says no.
Typically on the parts build out is 8 to 10 years on most parts, so it's really nothing you should really worry about. You could always, even after that, after 10 years or so, depending on the part, there's also aftermarket companies that pick up after a period of time.
So GM will not leave you high and dry if your car breaks. So if they're discontinuing these models, they must want to get rid of the ones they have, right? I'll bet there's some sweet deals coming up. Yeah, not really. The way car dealerships work, they've already bought the cars from GM. They then sell them to you. They're not taking a massive loss if they can help it. But you might get a good discount on the Chevy Cruze, Volt, and Impala, the 3 models being discontinued.
And at times during sales seasons, they'll have a little bit more incentives going on those particular cars. But it won't be, $15,000 off on a $20,000 car.
So if GM's canceling 3 different models, does it mean the company's in trouble? Depends on how you look at it. It's not good for the employees that will lose their jobs, that's for sure. But for the company, it means they're cutting their losses on cars people just don't want. Crossovers are way more popular than sedans.
Chevrolet has 9 cars in the lineup, in the portfolio, and for them to reduce 3 that aren't selling quite as much as they used to isn't any indication of the health of the company. What it is pretty prudent.
Besides, the Impala has been killed off 9 times before, and GM owns 3 other brands, Cadillac, GMC, and Buick. So no, GM's not going anywhere right now. One last thing to remember, even though GM announced all these closures, they still plan to make these cars through the 4th quarter of next year, so they won't be disappearing off the lot for a while. William Pitts, 12 News.